Sebastian County in really good hands with Travis there. Let's get a check of your forecast. We'll first start with the overall big picture. We've got severe weather, we've got high winds, fire weather potential, and it's all related to the same storm system. This area of low pressure is going to get pretty deep out there. And when we see these low pressures deepen, that means those winds get really high. Now, in terms of severe weather, we've got a level 4 potential through northeast Arkansas, through St. Louis, up towards Iowa. We're going to avoid the most of it. Let's zoom in, take a closer look into northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. We've got this level 1 potential in green. We're probably going to expect these storms to pretty much fire off almost on top of us, but it's once they get going further towards the east, they encounter better, more favorable ingredients, and that's when they're likely to become more severe. Let's keep an eye on it just to be on the safe side, right? Things can and sometimes do change, but Futurecast shows by 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, most of us dry out there, and then you start to see these guys, they try to bubble up on top of us, but it's once they get a little bit further towards the east, I think things get going. You can see, though, given how close that is to us, there isn't a lot of room for error. That's why I want to stay on top of it. I'm feeling okay about the severe weather potential tomorrow. It's the winds that's got me a little bit concerned out there. We're talking 30 to 40 mile per hour sustained wind. So that's a constant steady wind, but you get these gusts, those occasional pushes of wind. 40 to 50 is going to be common. I think 50 to 60 is a real possibility in northwest Arkansas. So that's going to mean a couple of things for us in terms of impacts. We had a few isolated power outages last week. You remember that? I think it was Wednesday, right? Winds were somewhat similar. That's a concern. We've talked about the fire danger potential. You just don't want to be burning out there. And that's really what it all boils down to. Futurecast shows those winds really picking up late tomorrow morning. This is 8 o'clock, so 10, 20, maybe some 30 mile per hour gusts out there. Not too big of a deal. Nothing we don't see often, right? We get to lunchtime, 30 to 40, those are the gusts, and they continue to get higher once we get into the afternoon and evening hours. 40 to 50 is going to be very common. Weather Service and some of our in-house data suggesting northwest Arkansas, that's the area most favored to see those gusts approach 60 miles per hour. They do let up by late tomorrow night. Here's the red flag warning. This was a fire weather watch yesterday. That's the precursor, right, to a red flag warning. That's happened. The Weather Service has upgraded it. This caused a lot of folks some concern today. I think I got more messages concerned about this than I do in severe weather, and I want to address some of those concerns and hopefully provide you a little bit of comfort. This doesn't mean we're expecting a big fire. All it means is the weather conditions tomorrow would support a quick ignition and rapid spread. It's serious. It's a critical fire danger. There's no question about that, but I wouldn't necessarily just live in fear tomorrow, right? It's going to get windy. We'll watch for things to ignite. Fire crews are well trained to handle these types of events. They're prepared. They're ready to go. But don't think of this as a thing where what happened in LA or South Carolina, we saw those national news headlines. I think that's where a lot of the fear is coming from. We're not necessarily expecting that here locally. It's going to be a day that we're going to be paying close attention to things, but that's probably it, right? Let's talk about something fun. Can we loosen the tie and just relax a little bit? I want to do just that. Lunar eclipse tonight. Unfortunately, it looks like the clouds are going to try to be a hindrance to us. Maximum eclipse, 1:58 in the morning. That's the magic moment that is most anticipated, that most people look forward to. It looks like we're going to have some clouds move in right now. They're doing that. I'm looking at our camera network off air. They're going to start to break right around that 1:58 moment. There's very well could be some high-level clouds in northwest Arkansas. You can typically see through those, but I'm afraid they may linger a little further in the River Valley. Is it still worth setting your alarm and going out and looking forward to? I think so. I think it'd be pretty cool. I'm going to do just that. 77 tomorrow, 20% chance of rain and storms. We'll watch those closely. The wind is the big story tomorrow, the wind and the fire potential. One of the two of those showers may try to redevelop going into Saturday. That chance limited to just the morning hours. Overall, our weekend is actually a really nice weekend. 60s and 70s out there, warming right back up by Monday of next week. Your next best chance of rain with another storm system, not until midweek on Wednesday of next week.